to our party, our vision, our ideology. I also traveled thousands of miles after some great loss from Philadelphia. Don't boo me. I started writing. And then I met a family from the film Finding Courage. And I implore every single one of you to go to findingcouragemovie.com, view that film, read the book. I met them and instantly fell in love with the entire family. They are brothers and sisters, and their story is one of true courage. Just as they found courage, we in this party, we who are for Donald Trump, we who are for America, will find our voice, will find our strength, and we will find the courage to overcome, because we always, always have. Bless you. God bless every one of you here. God bless Donald Trump, and God bless America. And to my Chinese brothers and sisters, I love you all.
Hi, my name is Mark Vanderpool. My wife and I own what is perhaps the finest native plant restoration in the world. What I can tell you is that the corporate environmental movement that we're facing is the rationale behind a lot of what's being done with COVID. The idea of global governance to protect the environment from people, to control population growth, all of this was begun and organized in the 1920s and 30s by one man. And you've never heard his name. This was the guy who bailed Margaret Sanger out of bankruptcy. This was the guy who started the Tavistock Institute in Britain, which was about group mind control. This was the guy who funded Carl Gerazi and Russell Marker to develop the pill. This was the guy who funded Alfred Kinsey to tell us what was normal human sexuality by studying prisoners from the Indiana State Pen. This was the guy who funded B.F. Skinner, father of positive reinforcement behavioral conditioning instead of education, where the reactions people have are programmed and automatic rather than volitional and by logic. This was the guy, perhaps his most destructive act, was to bring the German communists from Frankfurt, known as the Frankfurt School, and plant cultural Marxism at Teachers College at Columbia University, introducing Marxism into our education and universities. This was Alan Gregg, and I promise you've never heard of him. He was chief of medical grant giving for the Rockefeller Foundation. This is all about big money. This is all about control of resources. This is all about control of you using popular wisdom. Okay? So what you have to be willing to do is to dig. Now what I can tell you, having done this kind of work, having taken a property from 60 plant species to nearly 400, creating biodiversity that's never been seen since the Indians had this land. What it takes is individual attention to every inch of ground. And central planning can't do that. Mass land control and preservation can't do that. The very idea, the very means these people have selected to supposedly protect the land is going to kill it with weeds and succession. The tendency of land to progress from post-disturbance plants to trees with nothing alive on the ground for an animal to eat. Don't have the native plants, you don't get the bugs. You don't get the bugs, you don't get the birds. That's just how it works. And we do not know. Having done this, I can say we do not know how best to do this. How best to keep what we've got breathing and alive. What that means is that we need a network of private property owners, not a central planning system. People sharing information about what they found and what they learned. People free to try things. Liberty matters to the life of this planet. Okay? I can't say something stressed enough. Liberty matters. The network of people who supply us tools, the network of people who fix our equipment. You think you do this without equipment? Forget it. You got to stand a eucalyptus, it's going to take machinery. you can't reverse a lot of the damage that's been done without an economy. So the very direction these people are headed is going to destroy what they're pretending to protect. So I'm begging you to keep the faith, because that's what it's going to take. And believe me, when you hear somebody say, oh, we're harming the environment, the first thing you should not say is, we're not doing so much damage. You got to get in their face for the damage that they're doing. And tell them what it is that it's going to take to fix it. And that's about all I have to say. And I pray that you have the guts to take a look. If you want to learn more about our project, I maintain a free access online picture book about it. It's at wildergarten.org. Take wilderness and kindergarten, and you smush the two words together, and you get wildergarten.org. And there's information there about the Constitution, about how a lot of these problems were planted before the ink was even dry, using treaty law. You'll learn a lot about how the corrupt racketeering system for control of resources works and what it's done to our national parks. You'll also learn what we did to fix it. So, thank you, and I wish you well and happy learning.
Thank you.